Okay, why are you trying to distract him from what he's talking about? Tiffany is on her phone quickly texting Brett. Now, was she actually meeting with Josh at the same time that she was supposed to be going dress shopping? I don't know. What do you mean you won't give him the ring back? If you don't want to marry her, just don't. Keep my guard up because I've been heartbroken before by these producers. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Temi. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. I usually make videos about self-help, self-care, productivity, lifestyle. I make vlogs. My vlogs are out on Sunday, so you should check those out if you like them. I hope you do, and decide to stay by hitting the subscribe button. And if this is not your first time, welcome back. So here we are again with another what I'm watching, and obviously what I'm watching is Love is Blind. So I just watched episodes 9, 10 and 11, and there were a lot of what moments. We're going to get into them right now. So first of all, the first people I can't wait to start talking about, these ones, Jackie and Marshall. Chaos. My gosh, when I tell you that this season is unique, this is what I mean. Jackie is worse than I thought. So they go to Chelsea's birthday party. Josh comes and she's talking to Josh, which I didn't get, but okay, fine. They get home and Marshall is insisting on talking because things are not okay, and she's like, no, I thought we're good. You thought you were good? Like, what do you mean you thought you were good? Like, nothing about the situation is good. He's talking very seriously, and then she's like, you have really pretty eyes on you. Gosh, like okay, why are you trying to distract him from what he's talking about? And then she's like trying to shut him up, like, oh no, I'm tired, let's not talk today, I just want to go to bed. And then she comes and hugs him and she's like, just love me, just love me. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, what do you mean just love me? Like, this is a serious situation. You guys are engaged, about to get married, you have to iron out your issues. And yeah, she's just like trying to shut him up. She's not interested, really. But it's deeper than that. They go dress shopping, the guys go tuxedo shopping, and Jackie doesn't show up. So Tiffany is on her phone quickly texting Brett, oh, Jackie's not here. And then Brett obviously goes and tells Marshall, Jackie's not here, Jackie's not here, Jackie's not here. So he's like, you know, what am I doing here? And leaves. Obviously, he was really excited shopping with his guys, like talking about how, you know, Jackie makes him feel like he can fly and everything. And then the babe doesn't show up to the dress fittings. They cut to, honestly, this is another thing where I'm not sure what the producers are up to. They cut to her meeting with Josh. Now, was she actually meeting with Josh at the same time that she was supposed to be going dress shopping? I don't know, but whatever the case is, she met up with Josh while they were still engaged. Already, that's just a low move. Like, why, if you want to break up the engagement, break up the engagement. Furthermore, she meets up with Josh and then she, you know, starts to trash Marshall, like, oh yeah, I know he's like, you know, he's the first person that's ever loved me and shown me that love and blah blah blah. In the same breath, she's talking about how she told him to be more aggressive, but he, you know, what do you mean more aggressive? Like, what do you want? Anyway, like I said in my last video, Marshall might not be the person for Jackie. That's fine, but Josh is just the worst kind of guy, and she's attracted to him. Not only attracted to him, but like she's throwing herself at him, saying, oh, you know, I made a mistake choosing Marshall. No, what did she say? I think he said something like, you know, does Marshall know you're here? Like, what would he think, or something like that? And she was like, I don't care. Like, what? This guy, you claim that he loves you and he showed you love. If for nothing else, like, just show him some respect. You know, you don't care. Like, that's just, to top it all off, they kiss and you're still engaged to somebody else. Why are you kissing? Like, anywho, so after that whole thing, he goes home to, well, I don't know if it was immediately he went back, but then anyway, at some point he goes back to like talk to her and like ask, like, why did you even, you know, accept my proposal? And she's like, oh, everything I felt was real, blah blah blah, but yeah, I think she said, I can't give you what you want or something like that. Okay, fine, end the engagement. Another ended engagement before the like this. I told you, this season is wild. So he's like, okay, fine, you don't want any more, no problem. Can I have the ring back? And she's like, no, I can't give you the ring back because I really did intend to marry you, or I really, you know, meant it when I accepted, or something like that. What do you mean you won't give him the ring back? Anyway, he was like, okay, no problem. And she's like, oh yeah, see you around. And he's like, no, you won't. So that was the end of that. So I feel like Jackie is a bigger problem than I thought. She even said it herself. She was like, you know, I don't want to marry him. In fact, I'm not sorry. I don't know if I'll end up with Josh. I don't know who I'm going to end up with. In fact, I have a problem. I don't even know. She's just a mess, and she really needs to sort her issues out. I hope she does. So that relationship is officially over, and yeah, let's see how the reunion goes. On to Brett and Tiffany. Honestly, these guys, like I said in my last video, I feel like the producers are playing with our minds here because they're making everything seem so perfect. The scene where Tiffany was feeling all stressed out and she was, you know, crying and talking to Brett about how stressed she is, and then she, at the end of the whole conversation, she said something about, I don't even know if I want a wedding or something like that. And then they cut they show him removing his hand from her and, you know, looking a bit like, what do you mean you don't want a wedding? And yeah, like, why did they cut it there? Obviously, I feel like the conversation went on a bit further from that, but then they cut it there, so it seems like she's having cold feet and that she might not actually go through with it. But obviously, I don't think that that's true. So yeah, these two, honestly, I'm just waiting. It does seem perfect, and I am really on board with it. If I hadn't been scarred from other shows or them, you know, leading me astray in previous shows, then I probably would think that this was the perfect union and that they would for sure say yes to each other. But I am just keeping my guard up because I've been heartbroken before by these producers. Overall, I think that they're really cute together. They seem to get along very well, and yeah, she met his dad. That was really nice and cute. His dad was, you know, all over her. He really liked her, and yeah, he seemed like a very easygoing, very nice guy. His brother was also seemed nice and also seemed a bit, so there was a question he asked. He was like, oh, so are you like upper middle class? Like that was a bit odd to ask, but okay. And then he, like, you know, finished off with a joke where he was like, oh, do you like my hair or something like that, and they laughed about it. So that was cute. It was also cute that she texted him when she got to the bridal, you know, fittings, and Jackie wasn't there. So they seemed like a good team, and yeah, I wish them all the best. At the dress fitting though, we met her mom, but I thought it was odd that Brett hadn't met her mom. But I guess that's just like maybe she hadn't arrived in town on time before the filming or something like that. I'm sure it's not a big deal. So yeah, Brett and Tiffany, I think they're doing well. Let's see. Bliss and Zach, I still feel the same way I felt last week. I feel like he's not giving her enough. They do get along and they do seem to work well together on some level. And I think that they actually might go through with it. Whether they would work long term, I don't know, because I feel like she's not getting what she deserves from this relationship. So Zach met with Bliss's mom and sisters, and they're all criers. It was a very emotional meeting. They were really happy. If she's happy, I'm happy kind of thing. Like, oh, and then there was even a point where her mom was like, you know, if my daughter chooses you, then I'll be your mom. You know, he keeps talking about how he doesn't have a mom and he grew up, you know, rough or whatever. So yeah, that was touching. And then he brought up the awkward thing about Irina, and it was like, you know, Bliss was even like, are we going there, you know? So yeah, it was a bit awkward, but yeah, it seemed to go well. Complete opposite from him meeting Bliss's dad. When he met Bliss's dad was not having it. He's having the same thoughts that everybody's having. It's like, you guys have known each other for what, 20 days? And like, this is stupid. This makes no sense. You know, that was his whole vibe. He wouldn't let her talk. He just kept on, you know, cutting her off and talking over her. There was a scene where, like, when they first met, he was asking, so do you fish? Do you golf? And he's like, no, I don't fish. No, I don't golf. I'm a lawyer though. So let me impress you with all my knowledge about being a lawyer. And then he goes into something about the law, blah, blah, blah. And her dad was looking bored and like, I don't know or don't care about anything you're talking about, but okay. Doesn't trust him the same way I don't. Like, I don't trust Zach. I don't know, he just give me, he just doesn't sit right with me. So that's Bliss and Zach. Let's see how it goes eventually. I really hope she says no, but who knows how these things will go. Micah and Paul, same as the way I felt last week. She seems to take a stronger stand on her relationship with him. Shelby is of course drunk again and going off about how she doesn't think that this is right, this is not for her, blah blah blah. And Micah is like, oh, I like Paul. If I like him, like, everybody has to get on board. I don't know how honest this is, because we'll get to the altar now and then she will say no, but like I said, I feel like she might say yes. And finally, we have Chelsea and Kwame. Chelsea and Kwame, once again, these guys are jokers. Like, she is like full on in, like, oh, I want to marry this guy, even though to be honest, she doesn't care about him. My dude seems trapped. Like, when I say my dude, I don't really care for him that much, to be honest, but still, like, Chelsea, my gosh, she's controlling everything. They go shopping, he says, oh, that looks tough or that's tough. Like, I mean, me myself, I don't know the slang, but that's what he said, and obviously he meant like, you look good. And she's like, why can't you just say I'm beautiful? Like, why are you fighting the guy over? He's complimenting you and you are still finding problems in that. And he's like, okay, fine, you look beautiful. Like why are you controlling every single situation? I think he's also trying to talk about a fight that they had in the morning where she woke up and she wasn't feeling good or whatever. He was like looking out for her, like, how what's wrong with you? Are you okay? What's going on? She's like, do I look okay? You know, she's basically being passive aggressive, and he's like, you know, I'm trying here, you're not even trying, blah blah blah. And she's looking at him, but she's not even interested in what he's saying. No, I just like to be direct. Girl, like, gosh, these people, like, they stress me out. And yeah, They have a few awkward moments here and there. He meets her family and she's exactly like her mom. Her mom asked him a question and she won't even let him finish talking. Like, you know, she asked him something about when did you move here or something, and before he says something, she just, you know, goes into something else. Also, Kwame was saying something about her not taking his last name if his mom doesn't approve, and I'm like, okay, what? That's weird. If you don't want her to take your last name, like, just say it. If you don't want to marry her, just don't. That photo shoot they did was weird, and yeah, he just seemed like he doesn't want to be there. She just likes the idea of him, and I think he also just likes the idea of her. Like, I don't think either of them, I don't think they should go ahead with it, but who knows. She's already said yes. So the episode ended with her saying yes. Like, she didn't miss a beat. She was like, do you want to take this man? Yes. She was like, yes. Okay, fine. Kwame, do you take this? And then obviously they cut it, and we have to wait till the next episode to find out if he says yes or no. I hope he says no, the way SK said, I do not, and everybody was surprised. I hope this is what happens here, but then obviously nobody will be surprised this time. They started off with their wedding, and I'm glad, because I just want to get that out of the way. Like, I'm done with them. So Chelsea has said yes, but obviously they cut it right where Kwame is supposed to say no, hopefully. So we have to wait till next week to find out what he says. Yeah, hopefully he's not married to Chelsea. Like, what would that look like? I don't want to see that. Also, the scene before the wedding, when she was getting ready for the wedding, Kwame's sister came in and they were interacting like they had met, but they didn't show us when they met, so that was weird. I wish they had, or have they? I don't know. So that's it. Those are my thoughts on the last 3 episodes. Overall, I enjoyed them. Can't wait for the finale, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next week with my opinion about episode 12, the finale, where we finally find out who says yes, who doesn't say yes, why, what's going on, what were the producers hiding from us. We'll find everything out next week. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.